It's going live right now. There it is. Okay, so it's live now, and just click this red like that, and then click end, okay?
Click end.
You'll click this red button,
Mm-hmm.
and then the end
Oh,
when it
it'll
pops
come up.
up, and then that's it.
Okay, you
You're
want to shut the door?
Yep, you're live now. Come on.
Hi, this is John Licata with Licata Group EXP Real Estate. And today's sort of a hybrid version of our LicataLive. We normally do that on Tuesdays, but as many of you might know, we've had some crazy weather. So the first thing I want everyone to know, we've sort of gone back to it. Our team is fully vaccinated, and we certainly got used to last year and the year before, in the height of the pandemic and the virus, working through it and making sure everyone was safe and comfortable. And just recently, things have popped up a bit, and so I'm letting everyone know that we have the cleaning solutions, whatever we need to do to make sure you as a client and who might come in to see houses or a listing, that they're comfortable. So I'm going to bring this down now. In our office, what we've done is our realtors, our producers, folks who are out there showing homes and doing listing appointments, we've asked them to stay away when you can, come in when you need to, and then our administrative staff is here. They're in offices, but when they're engaging people or other teammates, to make sure that they're protected and being cognizant of that. So that's first thing that's going on. So the year ended, and we celebrated a great finish with our team. I think everyone was very pleased with how the year went. Without a doubt, all of our existing team members were very happy. We sort of have a policy here, and you've heard it in places that we work hard and we play hard, and we celebrate our victories, and we finish the year strong. And then the new year starts, and you start all over again. It's like a new race, and we've been hit with this terrible weather that we've had. It was crazy. We had several days of 70-degree weather. We had folks on jet skis and on boats, and people golfing, and even a couple crazies, swimming in the lake. I think they were doing that just to say they could. The lake was in the low 60s, I believe, temperature-wise. But then we were going to get a storm, and that evening, the evening of the calm before the storm, it was like 60 degrees. I said, this isn't going to happen. And by 4 o'clock in the morning, it started snowing. By 10 o'clock, my car was stuck and trees were down. And by 1 o'clock, it was over. But we probably had about 11 inches, which, growing up in the north, we got a lot of snow. But Lake of the Woods in Orange County in central Virginia is heavily wooded. Trees were all over the place. The power lines were down. I know a couple people really wound up having a tragic end as a result of all this, and it's been kind of crazy. 2 days ago, our power came on. We were without power for about a day and a half. One of our teammates, Dave McPherson, is still without electricity in a lot of parts of our community in the region. Yesterday, I was driving to Fredericksburg, none of the lights were working on the stoplights. And I turned around. It was too risky, but who would have guessed in this day and age? But anyway, today it's warming up, and what they're saying is we might have more snow tonight. We'll see what happens. It's tough. What I found out is we had plenty of potato chips at my house, and I like potato chips, but I really don't like eating potato chips unless the TV's on, and the TV wasn't on, so. A lot of good chips sort of sat. Anyway, a little bit of humor to that, but it's true. I did want to say a lot of folks are talking about waterfront and can't wait for spring. Well, we have a waterfront that just went in a coming soon status. Beautiful property, really fantastic views on the water. And in the Lake of the Woods community, I know we're working on another one that'll should be coming out in the next few weeks. And why are waterfronts, especially in Lake of the Woods, in such demand? Our team sells water properties throughout the entire region, and we're a lot of communities nearby, and the biggest, of course, is Lake Anna, and but Lake of the Woods is dominating when something comes on the market. It goes well above the list price. It goes very quickly. There's typically multiple offers, and the big why is internet and connectivity. For a couple of days, we didn't have connectivity when everything was down here, when you don't have electricity. But that's an aberration, of course. But when you're out in, say, Lake Anna, you're really you're missing that. You're missing that. So folks want to have that the ability to connect with people and certainly work remotely, and that's what's driving a great deal of the activity in Lake of the Woods, and why it is so attractive. In addition to all the other amenities that come along with living in Lake of the Woods. We live in Lake of the Woods. I like Lake Anna. I like Fawn Lake, and like a lot of the water places, but that alone sort of sets it apart and drives demand at the highest level. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Other things that are a little different about Lake and Woods, it has public utilities, so it has public water and sewer, and that's important to folks, as opposed to Lake Anna, where you're going to have well and septic. You're going to have well and septic. Some folks try to shy away from that. But anyway, I love Lake of the Woods. I was a little upset with it, with taking a couple days to get things, but whether you were in Fredericksburg or Culpeper, you were running into that really all over the place. That's that just the nature of this storm. One other thing I want to mention is we're going to have a virtual a LicataLive. Licata Group presents a Credit Workshop 101, and it's January 11th. It's 6 p.m. It'll be Facebook Live, facebook.com/Licata Group. It's a free workshop with a credit expert to speak about credit. What is credit? Why does it matter? How can I access my free credit report and answer to your credit questions? The biggest challenge right now, real estate is booming, and even though we're in a lull, as there typically is, around the holidays into the first couple months of the year, across the nation, the reality is it is still very, very, very strong, even with regard to the season. But the biggest challenge is for the first-time homeowners and folks who are having some credit issues. So this is a free workshop that will give you tips on how to get yourself straight. So get out of those rentals, get into a real home that you own, that you build equity in. And we know that I saw a report last week that said nationwide the average homeowner, because of appreciation, the average appreciation across the country, drove and brought them almost $57,000 of additional wealth. Your home is sitting there, it increases in value. I mean, nothing like it. And you don't get that when you're a renter. So, get out of the rent situation as soon as you can. Become an owner and build wealth for yourself and equity in that investment. Nothing better than that. The other thing I wanted to mention is We have we have two new folks that are starting here. One has already started, and another one has joined our real estate production team. Jennifer lives in Fredericksburg, and Barbara, who's been a listing manager for us, is moving out into production as a direct realtor on our team, and she lives off Route 3 in Orange County. So we're really excited about that. There will be new additions in that capacity to our team. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. Hope all is well. If you need me, call me at 703-928-5467. John at LicataGroup.com, LICATAGROUP.com, or J66Licata, LICATA @gmail.com. And happy to help you in any way I can. Thank you very much.